Hey, I bought the right one this time. So if you're a longtime fan of the channel, you'll know 8 months ago I bought the Snapdragon variant of this phone, and to be completely honest with you, it wasn't too good. The thing was very laggy and stuttery, and worst of all, I couldn't install a custom ROM on it, so this time I purchased the international version. Wow, there's a bunch of goodies in here. Thank you, Chinese eBay seller. Now, as I said before, the main thing separating the international from the American one is the Snapdragon versus the Exynos processor. And while Exynos has a bad reputation today, back in the day, actually it was kind of a good competitor to Snapdragon. So today we're going to be checking out just how usable is the international version of the Galaxy S7, and you know, especially how it compares to the American version with the Snapdragon. Even though the phone does use micro USB, I gotta say, the design of this phone is just amazing. In my opinion, it really is just the peak of the classic Samsung models, which, you know, I consider that anything before the Galaxy S8. Void. Oh, was that the warranty sticker? It doesn't matter. Anyways, let's turn the phone on. Man, it's flat. Yeah, I guess sitting in a box for a month will do that. And after letting it charge for an hour, now it's booting. I don't know if this is just placebo, but the phone already feels way faster. But I like to use my phones from square one, so let's factory reset it. That's a bit weird. For some reason, it defaults to the United Kingdom for English. I guess the UK gets the Exynos variants too, right? I'm still pretty confident we can log into a Google account on this thing because, I mean, it came out in 2016. Just like I expected, logging into the Google account is no problem for this device, but the ambient light sensor kinda sucks. Set up fingerprint security. Oh yeah, that's right, this thing uses biometrics. On the Galaxy S5 models, you had to like swipe your fingerprint to register it, but here you can just tap it. I think we really take biometrics for granted today, because can you imagine going back to a world without Touch ID or Face ID? And before we're even done setting up the phone, we have a bunch of customization options, which, I mean, even if you knock the design language of Samsung, you gotta admit, they've always excelled at this. Oh, that's pretty annoying. We're running into like a bit of a roadblock here, because Google Assistant seems to have like been discontinued with the huge push for Gemini. Yeah, after I hit next through all these menus, I'm kinda just soft locked with my Google account, so I think we gotta reset this thing again, not log into a Google account, and then do it after we set the phone up. What a pain in the ass. And I'm not seeing an option to reset it from this menu right here, so we gotta go into Android recovery menu. To enter recovery mode, we gotta make sure the phone's off, then do volume up, lock, and home. And then from this menu, we hold lock and volume up, and inside of here, finally, we can do white data factory reset. God damn, am I white. Alright, cool, back to square one. This time, I'm not gonna touch the Google account until we're done setting it up. After going through setup correctly this time, I've gotta say, the phone feels really fluid. Classic. I looked away from the phone for a second, and now it's showing me the always-on display, which actually the Galaxy S7 was the first S-series to get it. A feature Samsung had since 2016 and Apple got in 2022. Now, before we move on to using modern apps on this phone, let's take a look at some of the stuff pre-installed on it. First up, I guess we'll check out Game Launcher. Automatically arranges your games in one place. Oh, you know what? This is that stuff that's on modern One UI, right? While it seems like this app is made to show us the games we have installed along with track playtime, it also seems like it's a control panel for extra settings, like tuning games to save battery, completely muting the games, or turning on the game tools pop-up, which we'll take a look at later when we play some Roblox and stuff on this. Now, I don't have a time-appropriate smartwatch, but I really just want to check out what's inside Samsung Gear. Galaxy Wearable. Wait, that seems like the modern Galaxy Watch. We get... Oh yeah, these are like the Buds 3, I guess the app updated in the background, huh? And now the app rebranded itself to Galaxy Wearable, which, I mean, it's kind of annoying it overwrote the old cool stuff, but hey, at the same time, props to Samsung for updating their app. Alright, I guess the next thing I wanted to check out here was the camera. The main sensor on this thing is 12 megapixels and it can actually shoot video at 4K 30. And wow, under the proper lighting, I've got to be honest, these pictures are still really good today. Especially the videos too, which honestly, I wasn't expecting this good of quality from a 2016 Android phone. Also, a bit of a side note, but when I recorded 4K footage on the Snapdragon variant of the S7, the thing was blazing hot, but here it's like barely even warm. So now that we've taken a look at the phone itself, let's head to the Play Store and install some third-party apps. And you know, hope we don't get soft locked this time. After logging in successfully, you'd expect the Play Store to just be like completely abandoned because, again, you know, the phone's from 2016, but surprisingly, we just have a lot of app support here. You got all the major social medias, games like the ones from Supercell, and even Roblox is still on here. And with the obviously better performance of the Exynos, I'm really excited to see how all these perform on the phone, so just give me like 5 or 10 minutes to install everything and I'll get back to you. And a bit later, we have everything installed, so first off, I guess we'll check out if YouTube still works. I'm playing one of my YouTube videos at 4K 60 on this phone, and it's keeping up great. The only issue is if you skip ahead a bit, you gotta wait like, I guess like 3 seconds, but you know, big deal for a phone from 2016. And if you hit the home button while playing YouTube on this phone, it actually minimizes into a picture-in-picture window. The performance of the video isn't really that good though, and I'm guessing because it's keeping like the super high-res playback in the picture-in-picture window. Yeah, it's still 4K, so I mean, it's kind of annoying, but if you want to play this picture-in-picture, you're gonna have to change the resolution manually. Aside from that, the phone still really isn't getting that warm, so I guess we'll just try out TikTok next. Shameless plug, go follow me, but TikTok's performance on the Exynos Galaxy S7, it's honestly kind of stuttery, but it's not that bad because the stuttering only seems to appear when you're playing like the first couple seconds of a video. Aside from that, pretty smooth. But on older phones, if you want to maximize battery life and performance, I just suggest use the TikTok Lite app. Speaking of Lite apps, let's see how well this phone handles an easy-to-run game like Clash of Clans. Introducing game tools. I don't think we're gonna have to optimize this game much, but I'll keep that in mind for later. Damn, has it really been that long since I've played Clash of Clans to the point where I gotta attack my own village? Anyways, the performance when playing this game is rock solid. I haven't seen a single stutter or hitch. This is kind of a side note, but I've gotta say, this game looks really good on this 1440p AMOLED panel. After that, we'll check out Twitter, and surprisingly, this actually wasn't on the Play Store for Android 8. I had to find the APK myself, and the performance when doom scrolling is pretty good, aside from a stutter here and there. Just in, OpenAI will discontinue public access to Sora. Oh, please tell me the bubble is bursting. Next up, let's check out Instagram. Some videos on the homepage are a tiny bit stuttery, but aside from that, pretty decent performance. I guess we'll check out the Reels too. Sure, f it, whatever, I'm interested. Now here's where we get into the more intensive side of the app. So next up, let's check out Minecraft. No matter what I do, every single time I try to go into Minecraft, it just loads to 68% and then just crashes itself, so I guess we can't play Minecraft on this phone. Oh, that's pretty cool. Apparently we have a pending software update with security patches up to 2021, so the fat chance, but will this fix it? After updating the phone and clearing the Minecraft app's cache and data, it ends up still crashing, so yeah, Minecraft just won't work here. That just means we get to test out Discord next. Much like all the other social media apps on this phone, Discord is pretty smooth, but you know, you just gotta wait like a fraction of a second for things to load. Not bad. But one thing that's way more intensive than just typing out a message is actually calling somebody up on voice, so how will that work? Excuse me, listen up guys. Your conduct is just like really inappropriate, and I'm a volunteer Discord moderator here, so you're just gonna have to cut that out, alright buddy?
Who gives a f about you, bro? Leave.
You're impeding on my authority.
Leave the call, bro. Bro, you Discord moderator, bro, you fat as f. You didn't see your pipi.
Even inside of a voice call, the phone still holds up, so now we're just gonna stress test it with games, starting with Brawl Stars. Okay, a bit stuttery when loading in. But thankfully the game itself doesn't really suffer from any major stuttering issues. The only thing I see is that it slows down every so often, which, again, way better than stuttering. Oh, and I'm sorry to say, I was using the phone off camera and I dropped it, so I guess we'll just check out Roblox next. Playing my favorite benchmark game, Redwood Prison Rework, the performance, it's not too good here. We're averaging around like 15 frames a second. And that's even with setting the Roblox settings at the bare minimum, so I think we need something a bit extra. Let's see, additional features. Oh, wait, what? There's really nothing here. Maybe we gotta, like, do an update? Let me guess, I gotta log into a Samsung account, right? Oh, wow, it just updates right there. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm still not seeing anything performance-related, so why don't we head into the Game Settings app itself? Or Game Launcher, whatever it's called. There we go. After updating Game Launcher to the latest version, we now have access to the Game Booster. And inside of here, we can set individual game settings for Roblox. And then we'll check low resolution to see if that makes it run any better. Wait, where's my games? Oh, you know what? The app probably ate them, right? Alright, cool. I guess I'll just launch them from here then. Even with the tweaks, the performance in this game, it's not the best, but hey, at least we're averaging 20 FPS now. If you're dead set on playing Roblox on this phone, though, you're better off sticking with easier to run games like Natural Disaster Survival. And now, for our last game, we're gonna try out PSP emulation. And the PSP game we're gonna be using to benchmark is Gran Turismo, and oh no, dude, I think the crack's going. I really regret dropping it. We're gonna try to play this game at 1080p, and wait, why is it using OpenGL by default? Vulkan's like almost always better in my opinion. And just like I expected, Gran Turismo PSP is no problem for this phone. 60 FPS locked at 1080. Touch controls kinda suck though. The phone's display can run at 1440p, so why don't we try PSP at that resolution then? It's only a tiny bit worse, with the game dropping down to 55 frames a second, but still extremely playable. So that's the Exynos Samsung Galaxy S7 in 2026. Now, is it usable today? I would say definitely. The main issue with this phone is that it takes like an extra second to load some stuff, but aside from that, it's not as annoying as like when a phone gets slow to the point where it starts stuttering. Of course, gaming on the phone isn't the best with like Brawl Stars and Roblox, but if you stick to older titles like PSP, Wii, GameCube, and even like stuff like Clash of Clans, it's no problem for this phone. Social media too is excellent, so really the only problem with this phone is, you know, Samsung Experience 9, which You know, with this specific model, the Exynos, we can actually install a custom ROM on it, so I'm excited to do that in the future and see just how far we can push this. Anyways, thanks for watching, and let me know down in the comments, what other Samsung phones or just other Android phones in general you want to see me cover next. I know I've said it like 3 times, but still, I'm really sad that I dropped the phone like that. Anyways, I'll see you later.